Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick, and Jordan. This week we're going to be taking a look at How to Be a Human Being by Glass Animals, released in 2016, and it was picked by me, Jamie. I chose this album because I was kind of, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since we've recorded an episode, but I think I was searching for an album to do, and I was between two, and then I listened to this one randomly, and then this was a definitive choice.
I was wondering if you were in your indie feels.
I wasn't. I'm pretty sure I was listening to like Manchester Orchestra and Drive By Truckers, and then
oh wow, you threw this in the mix?
Yeah, this came on, or for some reason I listened to this one. I was like, oh no, I'm definitely gonna do this one. So I don't know. It was a weird time. But yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of how I chose it. All right. So we just had a bit of a technical difficulty, but we are back now. So yeah, had you guys? I guess how familiar were y'all with the Glass Animals?
Well, I'll start. They just came out with a new album, right?
Mm-hmm. Dreamland.
So I've seen some people posting about them online, and I think you can do that little like Instagram thing with music where you can like hear like a little snippet of it. And I think I heard a little snippet of it with the one with Denzel Curry in it called Tokyo Drifting, and I really like that song. So I do listen to that song a lot, but as far as like their other music, I don't really listen to any of it, but I've seen them being posted about a lot, so I knew they're a pretty popular band amongst the teenagers, you know.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, this is their second album. Their first album is called Zaba, and that one has, I think it's their most popular song according to Spotify, called Gooey.
Gooey.
And then this album was their second one, came out in 2016, and then they took like a 4 years off. I don't know like the cause behind it, but then this year, I think in August they came out with their newest album called Dreamland, and it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Tokyo Drifting, it was actually a single that they then put on the album cut.
I mean, it was a good single, so.
Yeah, and I think they released a few, because I started listening to them probably like a couple years ago, so like after their first two albums came out, and I think it was about the time they were starting to put out singles for Dreamland. I think they put out Heat Waves, Tokyo Drifting, and they might have put out like the song Dreamland as a single too. Yeah, that's where I kind of had started checking them out. Okay, so we are back. Hopefully our technical difficulties have been resolved. Nick, how familiar were you with Glass Animals before this week?
Just what you showed me. I hadn't really looked into like any of their music by myself. I think the only song I occasionally listened to by them without you playing it was probably Tokyo Drifting. And yeah, but I like this album more than I thought I was going to, because I never really checked them out, because whenever you would play them, I was like, yeah, this is good, but it's not like something I would throw on, I don't think. But I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, bro, I'm all over their stuff. Like
I know you really like them.
Yeah, I chose this album, but then I've been really like listening to all of their music over the last week, and I really like all of it. Like I like every song that they've put out, I think.
Hell yeah.
Ever?
So far, yeah.
Jesus.
I think the one I've listened to probably the least is the one they have with Joey Badass, but it's still good.
Wow.
Well, that's probably good. I love Joey Badass.
Yeah, I think it's just a single though.
Gotcha.
Well, I know that it's not on any of the albums, but it's I'm pretty sure it's not on an EP. It's just its own thing.
Sorry, funniest thing ever is this dude, sophomore year of high school, was like, dude, Joey Badass was so cool. And I'm like, he was like literally so underground at that point. And I was like, I think I like made fun of him or something. I was like, yo, dude, what the hell? Like, this is dumb. Why are you listening to this guy? And now look at him.
Right. I got into Joey Badass from, he did like a guest spot on Mr. Robot on the show. Yeah. And
oh shit, really?
Yeah. And I thought it was just going to be a guest spot, but he plays a pretty major role in the second season. Shit. And he kind of shows up like throughout the rest of the show. And I saw that, and then I listened to I think it's still his newest album. I don't think he's come out with a project since it, but it's called All American Badass. And I really like that album. Yeah. That's a good album.
I remember hearing about that coming out. I've never really checked out any of his like personal work. I think the most I've heard him is listening to the Glass Animals song that has him in it.
Yeah, he gets a little prophetic, kind of like Run the Jewels. I like it.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
he gets big into society and stuff. Yeah,
probably checking his stuff. I'd probably like it. Well, yeah, so then kind of going in, knowing Tokyo Drifting, because that's all three of their albums. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh.
Bless you.
Yeah, kind of all three of their albums have very distinct, different sounds and styles.
Yeah.
So I guess being familiar with Tokyo Drifting, this one's a little different than that. Not as different as Zaba would have been. Zaba is like this weird fantasy world thing.
And that's the first album they ever put out, right?
Yeah, that's their first big album.
Gotcha.
And then this is their second, and Dreamland, their new one, obviously, their third. But yeah, and so what did you guys think of How to Be a Human Being, kind of just in a general sense, after listening to it?
I thought it was very magical. I think that's the best.
Okay, I can see it.
The best description I can put of it.
Yeah,
it was very magical. It's pretty awesome though too.
Nice.
It. I don't know how to describe it. It had like a dreamland effect, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of all their stuff. It's got like this weird like etherealness to it, where it feels like you're kind of being transported somewhere else.
I mean, it was definitely more on the. I mean, not more. It is electronic music,
right?
Which is, I guess, I wouldn't say like how do I put it? You guys. Jamie, this is like something I know you do like, but you guys like more. Maybe I don't want to say you guys like it more. You know, I don't want to put opinions in your face, but you guys also like very instrumenty type music. I don't know how to. How do I say this? Like you guys like actual hearing like instruments and stuff, right?
Right.
So this is why like this is very electronic, like very electronic. But I enjoyed it for the most part. So.
I gotcha.
It has a lot of interesting sound effects mixed in with some conventional instrumentation too.
And I do
I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, I think this album has the most like distinct conventional instrumentation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like drum and stuff on other ones, but this is the one that, to me, in my head, when I think of the three albums, this one has the most like, that's a guitar playing guitar stuff. Uh-huh. I mean, there is also like really weird synth going on throughout the whole thing, and like other stuff being used instead of traditional instrumentation. But like, this is the one that there's the most like groundedness to the instrumentation, I think. Yeah, I really like it. Did you guys ever pick up that every song is about a different character on the cover?
No, never.
I wouldn't have if I didn't read it on Genius, but it was told to me, and I was like, oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, also listening to it, I mean, I kind of like seeing an album cover like that and then hearing distinct songs in my head. I was like, this might be, I had kind of a hunch about it, but then like I couldn't have like actually figured out who corresponded to what song.
Yeah.
Except for like, looking at back when Tumblr was still relevant. Whenever they came out with the album, they would like have an image of the character and then put like the hashtag, the song name, and then if you watch like they made music videos for 9 of the songs, and if you look at the music videos, it kind of like it has the predominant character featured in it.
Yeah. I saw a thumbnail for the youth music video, and it had the little kid on like the big wheel on the front of the album. He was like in the music video, and that was one thing that clued me in. I was like, oh, well,
yeah.
maybe,
So the
maybe there's something.
So I guess we can. Yeah. So that's a really cool thing, and that actually was kind of like the intention of this album. Zabo was like just them making some weird like fantasy land thing. And then this one, it was kind of inspired by different stories that the band had been told by people as they've like toured around and stuff. Gotcha. And that's kind of what they heavily drew the inspiration on for the people. So on my notes, next to every song I wrote down who, which characters was. So I'll be going through that as well.
Really?
Yeah, so do you guys have any more overall things before we start to get into the nitty gritty?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, so I have something written down for every track. But so the first track, Life Itself, I really like the background rhythm of the drums that's throughout like the entire song. It makes you feel like, I don't know, there's something enchanting about it.
Yeah, no, that's
like
what,
a snake charmer or something.
Yeah, sorry, that's just what I wanted to say. Like that's like the magical feeling I was kind of like enchanted's a good word also.
Yeah,
but like magical and like it just you could.
But yeah, so Life Itself, the character is the nerdy science guy on the cover. He's the rightmost guy. He's holding like a model rocket ship. Because it's kind of about this like loner guy who's like kind of cast out by society, so he just chills in his like room or basement or whatever. Yeah, I also musically I like whenever the chorus, so it's the singer Dave, it's just his voice for most of the song, but then in the chorus sections they have other voices come in, and it's just a really good chorus effect. I look fine, but I look fantastic. Come back down to my knees, gotta get back, gotta get free. Come back down to my knees.
Yeah, I do like that part. Come back down to my knees, gotta get there, gotta get free. Yeah.
There's also, I like there's like a little, like a micro dose of bass drop.
Microdose.
Between the verse and the chorus sections. That's a really cool like sound clip.
There were a couple bass drops on this album. Not to like, obviously not on this song, or not that much on this song, but anyway, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, they definitely like.
I do like it.
It's more, and that's kind of characteristic for a lot of the stuff they do. There's more like, I guess it's like more bass droppy than you would expect to hear in
Skrillex
most music that's not like house music.
Yeah, I know.
But their stuff always, it kind of, I don't know, it makes me think a little, it like borders on electronic and house as well as just like indie shit.
True.
So I guess next on the album is Youth. And that's the woman in the orange skirt that's to the left of the photographer, and then also the kid on the big wheel is kind of the characters for that song.
The kid on the big wheel?
Yeah, like at the center of the album, it's like the kid on the trike.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't even realize there was a kid on there. I didn't even realize. Like, I don't know why, but I just look over. His head is perfectly placed right in that cameraman's crotch. Also,
well, he's in front of it. Yeah, but yeah, the intro to this song honestly makes me feel like a little like an MGMT song. I think you don't hear too many songs that have that sound that's like, it sounds kind of like it might be at a playground or something, except for like Kids by MGMT. Yeah, that just kind of was a little thing I had. But I really like the chorus of the song.
Me too.
I like the sound of it, and then just kind of like make like the lyrics feel a little like carefree, because it's like the mom, like, you know, talking about wanting the kid to be able to just do kid shit and like be a child and have fun in youth.
I also like the flutes a lot, or like whatever that like, you know, high pitched kind of thing is.
Yeah, are you? So I have it written down. It's like ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na in the background. Is that what you're talking about?
Wait, let me listen.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's actually, that might not be it, but I know. But so I wrote down that I thought that part was really cool. I like that throughout the whole song. But I learned from an NPR interview with Dave, the like lead singer and frontman, that apparently a lot of that is he sampled an owl, like
an owl.
How do you say it? Like, it's not cooing because it's an owl, but
Coo.
making
Actually,
like
it might
sounds.
be coo.
But it's an owl making noise, and then he took that and sampled it into like a synth, and so a lot of it is him playing as like an owl sounds throughout it. Like I said, man, they just got a lot of. They just got a lot of weird stuff.
It sounds like a windpipe though. Like it sounds like a piped instrument.
Right. Yeah. And so that might not be that, but he said that, he didn't say specifically, but a lot of the synth sounds in it, if it sounds a little like an owl to you, it's because it might be.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, I like that sound throughout. It sounds like it's revolving the entire song. It's really cool. Do you guys have anything else on youth you want to add?
I like the guitar that they layer over in the verses. It sounds again, don't know a whole lot about keys and chords, but it sounds kind of minor key. It adds like a layer of moodiness to the verses that gets lifted up when the instrumentation of the chorus comes in and like makes everything feel okay. I feel like a lot of the choruses on this album are just very well crafted. Like,
yeah,
he's got a really good formula down when it comes to nailing and the instrumentation of choruses and making them feel like larger than life, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's something that they do well on with, because I think Dave, he makes a lot of the beats and does like like producing on the albums as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that he just has a really good ear for, is like the soundscapes they create are always so like full and rounded.
Yeah.
And just full of like really good depth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this might be one of my, if it's not, it might be my favorite song on the album, actually.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a top one for me. It's probably easily in the top 5.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know it's not number 1. That one's later for me. But I really like it. Yeah. So I guess, so next is season 2, episode 3, which I actually felt a little cool about this one, because before I read it on Genius, I was I was pondering. I was like, why is this one named that? And then I was like, wait, it's their second album and the third song. I was like, yo, big brain shit. And then I went on Genius and it was like there, and I was like, oh, well, yeah. But I was like, yo, I told Vic, I felt proud, and she was like, okay. I was like, damn.
6,000 IQ.
Yeah, I really like, I don't know, I enjoy this one. It's kind of like the whole song just feels kind of like a fever dream.
Mm-hmm.
From like the lyrics, like if you listen to the lyrics, it's just like really weird stuff. You know, talking about like cookie as a coaster, you're scrolling through your phone, wearing clothes 3 days over.
Yeah, I like my girl eats mayonnaise from a jar while she's getting blazed.
Right. And I really like the like old arcade cabinet sounds that are used as like the beat and different stuff throughout it. It's like it's really cool sound effects to just be listening to music here. Boom, boom, boom. The character is the like indie looking girl in the blue sweater that's at the bottom left. I think she's actually, she's holding a controller in the album cover.
Gamer girl
or something. I think she's got an old Game Boy is what it looks like.
Gamer girl.
They're different covers, and I don't really know what the different covers are for, but there are a few different variants. Like one of them, the guy in the center is taking the picture. In another one, he's just got the cameras on his neck. And then in one of them, the guy in the Speedo is wearing a business suit instead.
What the?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, do you guys have anything else for season 2, episode 3?
Not particularly. You talked about the Nintendo sounding noises. I really enjoyed those.
Yeah, this one was a little more low key. And I like more of their songs with like the crazy bass drop or like weird sound. The beat I still like the beat a lot, but not too much to say about this one. Yeah,
it honestly, to me, it kind of like the song feels like how it's kind of being described as just like this weird like kind of lazy-ish carefree thing. So I guess next we've got Pork Soda, which is I just dropped my phone. Next is Pork Soda, which is it's the guy, it's like not the basketball player, but the other black guy on the cover who's got like the kind of like the grandpa clothes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And so then the name, I think Pork Soda is an actual thing, but the name actually comes from a woman at one of their shows had like just a really cool tattoo that was like a stick figure pig, and it said Pork Soda, and Dave was like, oh, that's really cool, I really like that tattoo. And then the chorus in it, the like pineapples are in my head. that was like the ramblings of a homeless guy outside of a show. He was just kind of like how Cage the Elephant got their name from a homeless guy.
Yeah.
They were like, they just walked by some guy and he was talking to someone and saying like, he doesn't know what he actually said, but he thought he said the pineapples are in my head or something like that, and then that just kind of stuck with him.
He said, "All right, pineapples in head, got it."
Yeah, but I really like the song. The whole song though, it makes you feel it's like a super trippy feeling.
Yeah,
to me,
that's what I said. It's like
throughout the whole
magical,
thing.
trippy, like enchanted. It's like otherworldly. Their music is otherworldly.
Yeah, I really like the bass in the background. It's kind of throughout the entire song, and I like the chorus. I don't know, it makes no sense, but it's fun to listen to and say. After the first verse, there's like, it's like a voice says stop, and then there's like a little bit of it's not a breakdown, it's like a woo. It's a cool sound before the next section. All the time. Stop. I like that a lot. And then the kind of the later section of the song, there's just like the tension starts to like build and build and build, and instead of going into like the next like chorus, it's like an extended verse and then like a bridge, and it's just kind of like this slow crescendo throughout the whole thing. And
yeah, that's what
I like that.
Too.
It's like, as we've talked about before, it's like the song is fully like taking over your senses. It's like enveloping you.
Yeah,
and I really like that. You all the time. Why can't we laugh like we did then? How come I see you and aching stand?
That's what I was gonna make that note too.
It's like a big old blanket covering you up.
It just keeps getting higher and higher, and like I love, like that's why I like a couple songs off of Kanye's album with the like Jesus King, is because like at some points it just like engulfs you in like serenation, right. You know, it's like damn,
right? It's like there's this like escalation, and then just suddenly you're like, oh no, covered. Yeah, it's a good time. I like this one. I think this is one of their bigger ones, especially off of this album. This is one of like the more popular songs on it. I think like in the band's lore somehow like the pineapple has become like a symbol in like the subreddit and stuff. I haven't researched that much, but I know that's like a thing.
Is this Psych the movie?
Oh,
or a TV show?
What a good show, man! What a good show.
It is. They always have pineapples in every episode. That's why it reminded me of it.
Every single one, and then on your second watch through, you're looking for them. You become Sean. Sleuthing. Nick, do you have anything else, or I guess do either of you have anything else about pork soda before we transition?
I don't think so.
What channel did Psych come on? Because I know
I watched it on Netflix.
I watched it on USA.
Didn't Burn Notice come on USA too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just know, like, both of you guys love Psych.
I think this is the second reference to Burn Notice we've made.
Dude, Burn Notice is the best TV show
it's
ever.
It's odd to me that you guys are like on the same page about these USA comedy shows.
Dude,
they're
not.
They're good shows.
Okay,
Burn
Notice like comedy action,
comedy, bro.
There was some comedy in the.
Okay, but it was mostly like, that's like saying like NCIS is like a comedy show with a little bit of like action, like.
Yeah, but it was better than NCIS ever could be.
Yeah, no. Psych was a comedy.
Psych was straight up comedy. Yeah.
Burn Notice was like a serious like just because it had comedy elements in it,
right.
it was not a comedy by any means.
Good.
Like, I promise you, it's like the best thing I ever did.
It's good.
when I think Bruce Campbell and like that main dude, I
Jeffrey Donovan
cutting up pretty good together.
Dude, they're it's so good.
All right, that was our Burn Notice segment of the week.
Yeah, we stand.
So yeah, then the next song, which is actually this one, Cane Sugar and Agnes, I know Agnes is like really popular, but I never really listened to them until I was listening to this album, and I actually like them. I was like, oh dang, it took this to make me actually like listen fully to them and go like, oh, this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Mama's Gun, it's a bit contentious. There's some contention about whether or not it is, but I am in the camp that I think that it is about the woman wearing the pink dress in the walker.
Gotcha.
On the cover.
Interesting.
The arguments against, they don't hold up. I mean, the band hashtagged a picture of her with Mama's Gun on the Tumblr, so I feel like that's pretty definitive.
Yeah.
But I like the intro to this one. There's
with
this is a flute in the beginning. Yeah,
yes,
I really like it.
In the summer, took my gun and made him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of one of the ones where I was just like, I'd listen to it, and then I also like the sound of the like in the summer sun outro section, and also the chorus, but I really like it in the outro.
In the summer silence, I was doing nothing. In the summer silence, I was getting violent. In the summer silence, I was doing nothing. In the summer silence, I was getting violent. In the summer.
But I was just like, I would listen to it and it'd be like, okay, in the summer sun, I was doing drugs, okay, I was getting violent. And then you're like, okay, so not really sure what this one's about. And then looking at the lyrics, I didn't realize until I really dug into them that it's about like a schizophrenic woman who may or may not have killed her husband while like on a bender.
Ooh.
Kind of nutty.
Interesting.
Like it mentions a few people throughout the song, like a few names like Dizzy Dan and something else. And then in my head, I was just like, oh, that's just the characters they're talking about. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, that's like characters in her head she's talking to.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a neat, real like understanding and like another layer to it. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm just going to sit and listen to and sing about the summer sun. And not. Yeah, I mean, I like the song.
It was a decent one. I think that one and Cane Sugar are the ones I probably remember the least.
Yeah, it was more like it seems like something you'd play like when they go to Myrtle Beach and you're like walking through the medieval section. Some
Okay, I got you.
Medieval section
of
Myrtle Beach.
Like, you know how there's a
Talking about like Adventure Quest?
kind of dude. I used
Magic
to play
Quest.
Magic
Magic
that shit
Quest.
goes dummy, bro.
Adventure.
Oh my God.
Wait, Adventure Quest was the online video game, wasn't it?
I think so, actually. Yeah, now that you say that.
Dude, I used to play that game so much too.
Playing Wizard 101.
Oh my gosh, no!
Roberto
It
was a huge Wizard 101 guy.
Oh my
Back
gosh,
in
was?
middle school.
I never played
Yeah,
it.
back in like middle school. I didn't either, but I remember he did.
dude, Jesus,
Bro, Toontown.
Dude, I used to play Toon.
I played a little Toontown.
I used to play.
See,
the
I never
fuck out
played
of
any of those.
Toontown.
I just played like the cartoon.
Wait, you never
Network
played
games.
Toontown?
Nah, I
did.
I never did that. I just
No, I was talking to Jamie.
no.
I thought you
yeah.
just wait. Why did you just bring it up then,
I'm just naming things.
bro?
I played
Pop
Webkins.
Tropica.
I was addicted to Toontown. Addicted.
Jordan's an addict.
I mean, it was Super Funny Flip, and then my account got deleted, so then I just changed it to Super Flip, and that's what. Because it was just a regular generated name from like adjectives, and so it was just Super Flip. It was like what? It's like an adjective and a verb or something. I don't even know. That game was goated for.
That's
so
kind of like
long.
like 360 when you used to get Xbox Live. It would make or you make a profile, it'd give you a gamer tag. Mine was Germinating Barrel. I changed it to Jamesinator.
James.
I had numbers after it too. That was what all of us was. Zach, Shane, Chase. They were
Master.
yeah. And then we changed. But I guess back on the album. Yeah. So Cane Sugar is the one that succeeds Mama's Gun, and that is the guy in the Speedo, and it's basically just about like a coke dealer who deals to like the like uber wealthy.
Interesting.
And that's That's kind of him with your, what is it? The chorus lines with your slick back hair, 007 look. The chorus I really dig the chorus of it. And I wrote a note for myself to read the lyrics, and look at me, I don't even have them pulled up.
Look at this dude.
But I like the like intro and then the bass drop that's in it. I think this is the first one that hits like really hard to me. And then there's like between the bridge and the final chorus, there's like a little. It's like it's really good too. I really like that. I like it enough that I wrote it down. Yeah, I never understood what the chorus was I never understood the words he was saying.
Yeah.
But he said, steamrolled hair, look into the glare and pop it, brother. Sluck like 007, man, you fly like Kim Jong rockets with your steamrolled hair. And that's what it says. Had no idea. Yeah, it's like, and then between the bridge and the chorus, it's like, man, you fly like Kim Jong, bum, 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 steam. And then it like drops back in. Really, I really like anything in music where there's like a hard cut like that, and then a little like 1 to 2 second like alteration, and then like it cuts right back in with the full instrumentation. Pretty much any genre of music, I really like stuff like that.
So basically, what you would say to them is, "I like your cut, G."
Yeah, I like your music cut, G.
I like your cut, G. Yeah, I like your cut, G.
And then I slap them.
I like your cut, G.
So then there's kind of like, it's meant as like, Dave said it's kind of meant as like a break between, like from the music. But how'd y'all like pre-made sandwiches?
Best song on the album.
Oh yeah, best song.
Bars, right? Bars.
Bars.
This song, this might have been the first Glass Animal song I'd ever heard, because Zach heard it from somewhere in like 9th grade, or I guess it would have had to have been at least, wait, no, when were we? Oh, that was junior year. Yeah. Oh my God. So I guess it was like junior year.
Yeah,
but
second half of
like,
junior or first half of senior.
Oh, that's weird. But yeah, that was his like go-to meme song on the aux, was he would play pre-made sandwiches. And like he'd play it in like parties over his mic and stuff like that.
That's just funny.
So that may have been like the first exposure I ever had to Glass Animals. And if you like, I didn't write anything down, but if you actually look at the lyrics, it's kind of makes you think a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the note I had about it was that it was actually it was recorded live on like a New York City street.
What?
And so like if you hear like background noise in it, it's actually like, you know, just New York.
What the heck?
And then I was like, whoa, so it's a critique about standing in lines for no reason and commercialism. It recorded live on the street of a city that has hella lines for commercialism. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Apparently it's like the original cut of it was like, it's like pages and pages that Dave wrote. That was like just like spoken word critique and stuff like that, just like rambling. And then they cut like a lot of it down, and it was also kind of like, you know, sped up and voice modulated and stuff like that. I like, what's he saying? It big dick and no soul.
Big dick and no soul.
New pants with 4 holes, old phones in one drawer.
New shirt that looks old, big dick and no soul. New pants with 4 holes, old phones in one drawer. 5 dry pens, something from a kindergarten, everything you didn't know you were looking for. People complain because they're my mind. People complaining because they're losing their mind. People complain about standing in line. People standing in line, they don't even know why.
5 dry pens, something from a Kinder egg.
Yeah.
My man's spitting.
Yeah, it's just weird. Apparently, like on the digital one, it's like separated, but on the physical version of the record, it's at the end of Cane Sugar. Like they're combined.
Oh, okay.
Cane Sugar, so different.
Wait.
A little different.
My bad.
Yeah. So then after that, and that one doesn't have a character. That one's just kind of, I guess
Okay.
technically it's Cane Sugar because it's like at the end of it. But
Mhm.
so then the next one is The Other Side of Paradise, which is the basketball player on the cover.
Mm.
And it's my favorite track on the album, I think.
It's one of mine for sure.
Definitely really good.
Yeah, I like the barking. Kind of, it feels a little like when DMX barks in his songs.
So
Like the beginning where it's
when
like,
Pop Smoke does it, it's cheesy. But when Glass Animals does it,
Uh,
it's
not
a
nec-
really
it's not
cool
like-
style.
well, he's not growling.
Growling,
Arr.
barking.
And it's not even
Same
barking.
difference.
It's like it's a bunch of voices going, ooh.
mhm.
But I didn't know how to like.
He does
write
go.
that. Yeah, it's a little. If they did that, it would be weird. It'd throw me off for sure. I'm in her ear like grrr. But the drop in the chorus hits every time I hear it.
In slow motion, my baby blue. I wish you could see the wicked truth. Caught up in a rush, it's killing you. Screaming at the sun you go into. Caught up in a grapevine, we were ours. Fingers in a fist like you might run. I settled for a rose I never knew. Super paradise I held on to. But I settled for a ghost.
I really dig it.
Indeed.
The whole chorus, I really like it. I like the whole song throughout, but if I'm thinking like notable enough to cut in, it's probably gonna be like the chorus sections. I also like the bridge of the song a lot too, where it starts with like the doo 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 doo, and then the like I know you don't, but I still try. My thunderstruck, like all of that. It
Mhm.
sounds really cool. And then that flowing into the next chorus line.
It hits my head and I feel numb. My body's looking wrong. My body's looking wrong. My body's looking wrong. My baby blue. I wish you could see the wicked truth. Caught up in a rush, it's killing you.
I think since I first heard it, it's one of my favorite songs by them. I really like that song.
Mhm.
The drop do be hitting kind of hard though.
Yeah, I think it definitely is the hardest on that song on this album. You guys have anything else about The Other Side of Paradise?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd agree though. It's one of the hardest hitting on the album.
It's yummy. It's delectable. So the next one is Take a Slice, and that is the like Asian girl at the bottom right of the album.
Mhm.
Is the corresponding character. And I really like this one. I think this one, Other Side of Paradise, Youth, and Poplar Street might be my favorites.
Mhm.
But also I really like Pork Soda. That's probably my top 5. But I like how there's a lot of tension and darkness in like the beat and the just overall sound of this one.
Yeah.
It feels kind of sleazy, like the song act,
little
like
sultry.
the lyricism. Yeah. There's like a really good, it's like a percussive hit, and then there's like a little bit of a bass drop between the verses and the chorus.
Gonna call up Pensacola. Gonna fuck my way through college. You run with the thick rain. Spin with the late rain. And then when
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really like those. I really dig those.
I put that in my notes too. I think
Yeah.
I put specifically between the third verse and the chorus. There's some like blown out, distorted drums that
Mhm.
I really liked.
Yeah, there's a lot of like variety on this track.
Mhm.
Like as far as like the amount of instrumentation, and then also just like volume changes throughout the whole thing. There's a lot. It's a very eclectic mix. Good production, man.
Mhm.
This is another one that like can really surround you in the sound.
Yeah.
If you kind of like tune into it.
Mhm.
I like the it's throughout it, so there's not really like a specific section, but it's like the "I'm gonna sleep 'cause you live in my daydreams."
Uh-huh.
I like that whenever it's said. Yeah, this one's good throughout it. I think Dave he said these are like the sleaziest lyrics he'll ever write, but it kind of, it needed it for the album.
Yeah.
Like the whole song is a very like lust-driven tune.
Mhm.
I like there's like, it's like a guitar solo. I mean, there's other stuff going on, but at like the end of it, sounds really cool. I like the tone that they have on it. Do you guys have anything else for Take a Slice?
No.
All right. So the next one is Poplar Street, which I think was the most different for me as far as like what I thought it was about versus when you look at the lyrics and find out what it's actually about. I think it was the starkest contrast for me.
Interesting.
I
Explain.
was pretty okay. So it's about the woman in white, the like debutante looking woman on the cover of the album to the right of the photographer. And so the intro, first off, the intro guitar sounds a little like Chili Peppers-y to me. Just like slightly.
Yeah,
And then the rest of the music comes in, and I'm like, okay, never mind. This isn't, for Shanti. But I like the music throughout it. But so I thought that it was like kind of like just a one-sided romance kind of thing throughout the album. Or throughout the song, not the album. I mean track. I don't know why I said album. But then like you listen to it the whole way through and you're like, oh, just another, whatever on Poplar Street, da-da-da-da-da, just kind of going through. And then the last line, it's the last hook of the song is one night Mrs. Moore, who's like the character that the narrator has been seeing throughout the song.
Exotic needs. One night Mrs. Moore, she called. Collect to me. I don't love you anymore, she said. And ceased to be just
She called collect to me, like she called me from jail and said, I don't love you anymore. And she ceased to be. And then you realize that it's like, oh, no, it's like a pedophile kind of thing. Like he's an actual like a boy, and like talking about being just another boy on Poplar Street isn't saying like just another guy, like another like 14 or 15-year-old boy. So it's not just like a cougar, it's like a pedophile kind of thing.
Jesus Christ.
And then you're like, whoa. So yeah, song takes on a whole, because I thought it was just like a one-sided like cougar kind of thing. And then
yeah, me too.
And then you like read like she called collect me, and you're like, oh wait, like a collect call, like a jail call. And then broke it off, and the narrator starts to spiral, and you're like, oh no, it's like an adult and a child. So that's kind of nutty. Good. Yeah, you're like, oh. But I like Poplar Street. It's a good sounding one. The music's good throughout it.
Yeah, it's a little bit slower, and it's almost a little too distorted for me.
Yeah, it's pretty far down that that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's pretty distorted, but
I could see it, man.
I really
get
like the
what you're
guitar.
speaking at me. Yeah, I think it's probably got some of the best guitar on the entire album.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about Poplar Street?
No, I just really didn't like that one that much.
I gotcha. Well then, yeah, I guess we'll hop on over to the last track with Agnes, which is about the photographer at the center of the album cover, and that's the last character.
Okay.
And it sounds like really cool and like dreamlike, but like I think it's like some of the darkest lyrics on the entire album.
I don't
And
think...
apparently this is Dave's favorite song that he's written.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
He said
I like when people have favorite songs,
mhm.
because then it's like, oh, you have your own thing. Because, a lot of people don't ask, like, artists or what, like, their favorite thing is. Because, I don't know, maybe fear of being like, oh, I don't like this dude's song as much as he does. I don't know. I think it's interesting whenever you find artists' or, artists' favorite songs.
Right. Yeah, that's so I kind of made a note of that because I think it's the same thing. It is kind of a weird thing where, like, because I would ask that, like, of everyone.
Yeah.
But then, like, there's also people who are like, well, I don't want to, like, influence other people's favorite songs by saying this is, in my opinion, the best song I've made and stuff like that. But I also appreciate people who are, like, straight up, they're like, yeah, I think this is the best one I made. I peaked with this one.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of it's the more, like, genuine answer to be like, because everyone has, like, a favorite of theirs to, like, whether it be play or that you've written, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
everyone has it. So I was, but yeah, this is he said this is his favorite one. And he said it was also like one of the hardest ones to write. Because the song's about, it's like a depiction of someone who's watching their friend like succumb to drug abuse to cope with like anxiety and stuff, and then they kill themselves.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just watching that like slow decay of like, what once was this like happy, radiant, like beacon of light, just like get more and more into the addiction of like in the throes of drug addiction and depression, and then like eventually committing suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think somehow I didn't read the lyrics to this one. I just skimmed through them. It is pretty good. I like when I said earlier that there were only 2 songs you could really consider to be kind of sad on the album. I was thinking about this one and Youth. Youth isn't really sad; it's just kind of nostalgic.
Yeah,
but there is
makes you feel that wistfulness that nostalgia does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll listen to this one again after we wrap up the episode because it's. I think I just forgot to read the lyrics to this.
Yeah, it's good. Verse 2 is
You see the side in everything, a genius of love and loneliness. And this time you overdid the liquor. This time you pulled the fucking trigger. These days you're rolling all the time. So low, so you keep getting high. Where went that cheeky friend of mine? Where went that $1 billion smile? Guess life is long and soaked in sadness and borrowed time from Mr. Madness, and so it goes. A choking rose back to be reborn. I wanna hold you like you're mine. You go, but you own my mind. I'm lost, but I don't know why.
you see the sad in everything, a genius of love and loneliness. And this time you overdid the liquor. This time you pulled the fucking trigger. These days you're rolling all the time. Solo, I'm pretty sure that's the lyrics, but I'm pretty sure it says these days you're holding all the time. Solo, you keep getting high. Where went that cheeky friend of mine? Where went that $1 billion smile? Guess life is long when soaked in sadness, on borrowed time from Mr. Madness, and so it goes, a choking rose back to be reborn. I want to hold you like you're mine. And then it says Agnes.
Interesting. Yeah, it was a little bit of a sadder song.
Yeah, and just kind of listening to the, like, just purely based on the music, you can tell you're like, I'm not sure why this is sad, but I think I'm supposed to be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think. Again, yeah, I respect sad songs, but again, it's not something I want to like listen to all the time. I think overall, I think my favorite tracks were Cane, Sugar, Youth, and Life Itself. But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think
just for a little, coming back.
Yeah, Vic really likes Life Itself. That might be her favorite off this album.
Cane,
also
I forgot to say more about Cane Sugar than I wanted, but like I just like I like the bass drop in that, and I like I forget what it's saying, but it says like these funny words. It's like hub or something. I don't know.
Okay.
You know that part? It's like towards the end, kind of. It's like
yeah, that one. There's a lot of like really
it's like
hard to
poppy,
understand.
toppy, whoppy, copy, zoppy, wop, like that kind of.
Oh, in the bridge where it's just him saying "steamrolled hair, look into the glare and pop it, brother," and he does that like.
He's
oh,
like,
yeah.
look into the poppy, wop it. I don't know. Honestly, this is the first time. Like, I've only listened to the song a couple times, so.
Yeah, and they said that so the way especially that they made like Zaba was they started with beats and then he just wrote lyrics that kind of went along with the beats that they made.
Yeah.
But this album were like lyrics first and like stories first, and then apparently, but this is the exception to that where this one started as a beat and then they like liked it and took it around. I think he said something like this was one of the beats that he made like to like present to Joey Badass to be like, what do you want to use? And then this was just kind of like left over, and then they were like, you know what? No, let's do something with this. And
so, give me that beat real quick.
became what it is. Yeah, but it's a good one. I like it.
Aw.
Yeah, so that's all the specifics I have. Do either of y'all have anything else you want to say before we rate this beach?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I guess I can go, and then Nick, and then Jordan, you will announce next week's.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
It's impressive.
I think I really, really like this one, but I also really like Dreamland, so I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10.
Gotcha. I'll give it a I'll give it a 6.5.
Okay.
I wouldn't throw it on all the time, but I did enjoy it more than I was anticipating.
Gotcha.
I was a big fan of Youth. Season 2, episode 3 is pretty good. Take a Slice, Poplar Street, and The Other Side of Paradise.
Gotcha. Jordan, what is your verdict?
I also give it a 6.5.
Okay.
I did like the electronic east side of it, and I don't think all their I liked most of the songs on there, but some of them were just kind of like I would just never listen to.
Gotcha.
A little not as hard hitting as I'd want.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, that brings the average to 7.33, which I believe ties it for 5th or 6th, depending on if we count guest episodes or not.
Gotcha.
And it is tied with Earth Tones,
Oh, cool.
just under Alt J, and just above Lawrence.
Gotcha.
So
Nice.
it's sandwiched by our guest episodes. Yeah. So well, then what will we be gracing our ears with next week, Jordan?
So I'm gonna go easy on. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go easy. I'm gonna go easier on you guys than I wanted, but I think I'm gonna do "Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon" album.
Okay, that's
Is that the-
that's Pop Smoke's like posthumous album, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the newest one, right?
The what?
The like newest one.
Yes.
Well, I guess obviously if it's posthumous.
It should have like at least a couple more songs that you guys like. I guess, vibe to a little bit more.
Wait, how many songs are on this album?
A lot. It's an hour-long album. There's 19 songs.
Okay.
But some of the songs are like 2 minutes to 3 minutes, so that's just why there's so many.
Okay.
It's only one 4-minute song. Jeez. Wait, which one is that too? Snitching? I don't even like that. Anyways, I didn't give I didn't give my opinion on a song before I actually said anything. Of course not. Anyways, yeah, so that
Shoot
album.
for the stars, aim for the moon.
Shoot for the star. I aim for the moon. I shoot it in it out. Cause people know that I'm woo.
Do you know if Gupta ever checked it out, Jordan? After you gave her the recommendation,
I don't know, bro. I need to email her. I'd probably get written up or something. Honestly, if you actually ran and listen to that music. I don't know.
Can you do that in college?
No, but I feel like this is like hell. Like she would never respect me as like professional. Like not even that she does already. You know, I'm probably I'm always the kid that's like the funny guy to the teachers. You know, they're like, oh yeah, he's just that weird funny guy or something. That weird, maybe not even funny, just a weird guy.
This is our first repeat artist.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Jamie and I were just talking the other day. We were like, I wonder who's gonna pick the first repeat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I really wanted you guys to listen to his first album too, but I know if you guys didn't like that one, I'm gonna do his first album at some point, so it'll be the first triple
we'll get the
repeat.
Trilogy. Well,
but,
I mean, maybe because we have a lot of artists, we could throw in a lot of repeat albums. We might get the triple before that. I don't know.
That is
Who's gonna get the first hat trick?
Okay, I'll choose it for my next album. So then I literally I literally will get the hat trick. No, just kidding.
Dang, we might have to shake up December then.
Just kidding.
But
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So then I guess we can go ahead and I'm gonna be honest. The only thing I've been listening to has been just going between the Glass Animal albums and then podcasts for like the last week. That's all I've been listening to.
Impressive.
Interesting.
I think I've got into some Lorde this week. Her album Melodrama, pretty good. Margot Price's new live album, also very good. And listened to a little Radiohead, some more Sturgill, some Tyler Childers.
You've been in it this week.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, it's been pretty. I wouldn't say good vibes. They're a little moody vibes, but but good music. Good music.
Gotcha.
I would. I just looked at my music that I've been listening to, and I have literally added nothing since last week.
Okay.
I'm getting into a mood where I think I added a bunch of songs at the same time, and I like to listen to them for a while before I like move on. Or I'm still finding new music, but I just haven't found a lot yet. So it's because I added so many, I just like cycle them weekly, but still listen to all of them. So it's like taking me a while to like, get tired of them. But pretty much the same thing as last week too.
Our music's gonna get real wild when we're done with finals. It probably won't change. Well, it might change. I'll be less stressed. We'll see.
I'm not like you, Jamie, where I have a whatever it's called.
What? Rotation.
Yeah, a Christmas rotation.
I don't have a Christmas rotation.
I mean a seasonal rotation. Seasonal.
I got you.
Rotation. Seasonal rotation.
All right, well, I guess do we want to any final thoughts before we take her home, gentlemen?
I think so.
I liked Sugarcane a lot.
Okay.
Cane Sugar?
Cane Sugar. Whoops.
I
wasn't looking at the song, so I just tried to remember it.
Gotta make some paper and maps, boys.
True.
All right. Well, then we just wanted to say thanks again for listening this week, and remember to tune in next week where we're going to be taking a look at "Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon" by Pop Smoke.
I also didn't. Sorry. I forgot to say one more thing. I also didn't. There's a deluxe album.
Are we doing the deluxe one?
No.
Okay.
I would not do that to you.
So the standard album, not the deluxe album.
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
I just wanted it to be known that there was a.
So then make sure for next week that you listen to the Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon standard edition by Pop Smoke. Be sure to give it a listen so you can kind of have your own thoughts and mentally join in the discussion with us a little bit. Feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts on this week's album on YouTube, or you can also tweet them at us. We are on Twitter at @ListUpPodcast. I've been saying it wrong every episode until now. But that account, as well as our personal handles, will be in the description of wherever you found this episode. For now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.